What's up, kind people of YouTube? My name's Ahmed, and welcome back to yet another video. Today, I want to talk to you about a film that I watched online recently on Hotstar, and I do really wish I watched this film in the theater because I watched the other two in the theaters and I couldn't watch this one in the theaters. It's called Haunting in Venice. It's based on Agatha Christie books, and I've been an avid reader throughout my life. I've read most of Agatha Christie's work. I really wanted to watch this film in the theaters, but unfortunately, I couldn't find the time to watch it in the theaters. I was glad that it came out on Hotstar and I could finally watch it. So here are my thoughts on the film because, to be frank, it brings together two of my favorite aspects of filmmaking, thriller and horror together. It's a murder mystery, obviously, because it's Hercule Poirot, and I'm going to butcher the name for the rest of the video, so I'm just going to call him Hercule. I really loved reading his character in the books, and it is so much fun to watch him on screen because, let's be entirely honest, his character is probably one of the most interesting characters, one of the most well written detectives I've seen. Unlike Sherlock Holmes, who's a smart detective, really smart detective, Hercule Poirot, he is more of someone who finds inconsistencies and he uses that to his advantage. Throughout the trilogy of the films, Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and this one, A Haunting in Venice, you find his character to fit exactly how I imagine the character was in the books. Obviously, over the years, the character has been adapted multiple times. There have been TV shows about it, there have been movies about him, but I think this is probably the best version of the character, and that is why I would recommend that you watch this film. Haunting in Venice is almost everything that I would expect from a horror thriller. It has good jump scares, well timed jump scares. It has a very unique advantage over a lot of films because it's set in Venice, and Venice is probably one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So you get a lot of the good cinematography. The setting itself is something that elevates the film from what could have been average film to something that's far more superior than that. The story set in Venice is set as a horror story, and well, the director does a very good job in adapting the story from the books. Much like most of the Hercule Poirot films, much like most of Agatha Christie books, it's a whodunit and you have to solve the crime with Hercule Poirot. And the fact that throughout the film you don't know who's done it, there are hints throughout the film, and only when I was watching it again I was able to catch the hints. That is a hallmark of a good director. It's also a good hallmark of a story, great story. Like, it tells you exactly what the story is going to be like, but at the same time it takes away the obviousness of the story. One of my favorite things about the film was the fact that it didn't jump to conclusions. Hercule Poirot didn't jump to conclusions, and that's something that a good detective always does. Like, the setting itself is so absurd that you're wondering what they're doing in that particular setting, and you're just sitting there and going, wow. But one thing that I want to mention about the film is the story itself, because I think a lot of the films nowadays have become technically perfect, like from a standpoint where everything is looking visually similar and there is no differentiating point between film A and film B. But what sets them apart is how the story is told, what is the color grade on it, what is the style of storytelling, and that really elevates the film from the others. And that's what's happening in A Haunting in Venice. Even how the case is solved towards the end is especially interesting to watch. Like, you do reach a logical end to the film, but even then there are certain things that are left open-ended, which is wonderful. Of course, the cast of the film is wonderful. You have Tina Fey, you have Michelle Yeoh, you have a bunch of great actors in the film. Hercule Poirot is played by Kenneth something, if I'm not wrong, and that kind of, the whole cast comes together really well. Tina Fey, of course, does a really good job, and of course Michelle Yeoh is a brilliant actor. We've seen her in a lot of recent films and we know how good of an actor she can be. So all of these things come together to deliver a film that is, well, a good film, a great film even, and a lot of people who are interested in thrillers and horror mysteries will enjoy watching it. I am one of those people. I love loved it. I would recommend it. I would rate it 8 out of 10 stars. That's been my time. Peace and see you in the next one.